With the release of Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse, exploring the Spiderverse, I think it's time to revisit the origins of the concept for the Spiderverse. I think, possibly, don't quote me. This week, I'm covering Spiderman Shattered Dimensions, developed by Beanox with Kryptonite? What the hell is a Kryptonite? Kryptonite Games. They did the DS version. It was released September 7th, 2010. And I'm guessing it did well since they dropped the game the next year after. The game follows 4 different Spider-Men as they work together to try and protect the universe. Or, well, the multiverse. With that being said, let's hop into it. Run it! The game starts off with a museum robbery, Empire State University, to be precise. It's being robbed by Mysterio, who is after the tablet of order and chaos to sell in the black market. I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to superhero games and the antagonist goes, stealing to make money is super low on the totem pole. And truth be told, it's kind of a breath of fresh air right now. Spider-Man arrives and does what he does best. Somehow makes things worse than when they started. Truth be told, Spider-Man did almost nothing right. First off, he had to drop on him. The only reason why Mysterio even knows him was because he wanted to crack a lame ass joke. He then proceeds to web grab the tablet, and instead of webbing it to a wall or ceiling so that Mysterio doesn't get his hands on it, he puts it on the floor to dodge the bombs that Mysterio was throwing at him. And you know, that makes sense, but the problem is, he starts dodging in the building, and that would be okay if he wasn't still in the fucking museum. Niggas were putting all that artwork at risk for no real reason. And then, thanks to Peter dropping the shit 12 feet from him, Mysterio is able to get his hands back on the tablet. But get this time, the damn tablet opens up the 4th gate of pain, infusing the nigga Mysterio with the power of turquoise. So Peter, being an Apex player that he would be, said, fuck it, I'm gonna crack this nigga's shield, and proceeds to one punch man the damn tablet, shattering it into a shit ton of pieces. So let's cover this right. The worst thing that would have happened was a piece of art being stolen, but now the nigga done broke the shit. This nigga sucks. Mysterio escapes with a piece of the tablet, leaving Spider-Man alone until Madam Web pops up, telling him that the tablet he just shattered was the most powerful mystic artifact in the entire world, that he needs to go collect them before they get into the wrong hands. Fun fact, Madam Web is considered to be a mutant with the power to speak to people's mind, you know, telepathy, and some clairvoyance. Also, something to do with the multiverse. I don't really know. But my main question is, why was nobody guarding this besides regular security guards? Like, if the tablet was that important, shouldn't it have been protected by like somebody, like Doctor Strange, Wong, Mr. Voodoo, you know, somebody at least? The shit was just chilling in a display case. It's not even a good one. Like, this nigga Mysterio, he just lifted the shit off. No alarms, no nothing. And that's it. None of that matters. What matters is that Peter needs to find these pieces, but he won't be able to do it alone. So Madam Web picks 3 more Spider-Men to help, and with this, the gang sets out to find them pieces, which leads to the tutorial. Now is a perfect time to go about and introduce a different Spider-Man. Starting it off is the original web crawler himself, Peter Parker, aka the Amazing Spider-Man, hailing from the 616 universe. Not much needs to be mentioned. He's a genius that got bitten by a spider, giving him superpowers. Also, his uncle dies, imparting on him the mantra, with great power comes great responsibility. Next Spider-Man up is also Peter Parker, but he isn't the Amazing Spider-Man, but instead the Ultimate one, hailing from the Ultimate Universe. The same place where the Avengers are called the Ultimates. The X-Men are in tight lettered suits as uniforms. Incest between siblings are either ignored or someone is using their powers. And where random dark violence happens out of nowhere comes Ultimate Spider-Man. This Spider-Man is similar to the 616 Spider-Man. The only difference is that the Ultimate Spider-Man is forced to go through things at a much younger age. He's also the reason why Peter has been going through tough times earlier in media and entertainment, because in his earlier conceptions of being Spider-Man, he was meant to be in his college years struggling. Examples being, he didn't meet MJ or Harry Osborn until he got to college. During high school years, he was just, you know, vibing, just trying to keep balance between school life and find his way as Spider-Man. Not really having to worry about money or like relationships until college, which makes sense since that's where most people find themselves and figure out how to live their life. But this version of Peter just came in and niggas just love his pain and suffering. Speaking of suffering, this version of Peter has a black suit, but thankfully Madam Web is holding it back from eating him with her powers. Speaking of powers, here comes a man who had the chance to pick any hero's power and chose Spider-Man's. Kind of. Miguel O'Hare, aka Spider-Man 2099, aka the Minority Hunter, hails from the year 2099 or Earth 928. And he became Spider-Man to kinda save his life. See, he worked for a company that studies superpowers. The one that they were studying at the time was kinda inspired by Spider-Man and his powers. He tries to quit when he finds out that this company uses a criminal as a test subject to, speed up research. The criminal dies, but before he could quit, Miguel is told that he's been poisoned with a drug by Tyler Stone, former head of research, and also daddy to a kid that Miguel got expelled from school. The drug is called Rapture, and once it binds to a person's system, they're forced to continue taking it for the rest of their life. Miguel tries to reset his genetics, but is sabotaged and is given some of Spider-Man's power, but not all of them. Getting tired of the future, we head back to meet the last Spider-Man, Peter B. Parker of the 1930s, also known as Spider-Man Noir, coming from Earth 90214. He has all the powers of the classic Spider-Man, give or take if he has organic webbing. Oh, he also uses guns sometimes to dispatch his foes. With this, a quarter of the tablet is in the hands of the heroes. Madam Web informs Peter that villains will try and get their hands on it, so, look out for that. Yeah, they do. So the Spiders has to go around and face off against them to reclaim the pieces. Also, for some reason, Mysterio piece of tablet makes him stronger after the first quarter of the tablet is put together. With this, the 4 Spider-Men are sent to go look for the pieces. Yeah, they got some upgrades from Madam Web to be able to sense where the pieces are and some more things. But moving on, since we will be switching from different Spider-Man, I came up with a way to tell them apart by name. So 616 Spider-Man will be known as Spidey, Ultimate Spider-Man is Peter, 2099 Spider-Man is just Miguel or Michael, and Noir Spider-Man is just Petey. While swinging through the city, Spidey managed to track down a piece in a jungle room, just out in the open. It's a trap. Kraven hits Spidey with the Cosby treatment and transport him to an exotic jungle just to hunt him. I'm gonna be honest, Spidey had enough time to just grab the stone and, dip while having to fight Kraven.
This rock, it holds great power, no? I could use it to crush you, like a bug.
That wouldn't be very sporting of you, would it?
Ah, you speak a great truth. Let it be your prize, then. If you can survive my gauntlet. Your powers against my skills. Your brain against mine.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Claim your trophy, if you dare.
Yo, this nigga Kraven just cleared a 50 to 80 foot jump backwards. With one jump.
This nigga's wildin'!
Like, how is he able to do that? Spidey pushes forward and proceeds to throw him hands with Kraven. The game has this section for each level where you just throw hands with the main villain of the level. And the shit makes you feel like you really beating their ass. Anyway, Spidey embraces Kraven so much that he uses stone to boost his power. But he still gets watched by Spidey, who reclaims the stone. Next, Petey gets a tip from Felicia on where he could find, the stone at. Well, thanks, Felicia? Petey sticks to the shadows, picking off goons and rescuing civilians until he's throwing hands with the villain of the level, Hammerhead. Once with no power up, and one with. But it doesn't matter since he still took the dub. Miguel doesn't even look for his. Hobgoblin comes and finds him expeditiously, and they get to straight scrapping. Fun fact, the game actually shows some Easter eggs of other heroes. See, they got Wolverine, Storm, Hulk. I think that's neat. Anyways, Miguel proceeds to beat the goofy out of Hobgoblin. He also noticed the tech is kind of advanced for him, so he just takes the stone and leaves. Switching over to Peter, who tracks the stone down to a hydro power plant, where he finds Electro using the stone, so he goes to stop him. Hey yo, I love this look of the black suit and how it uses dark purples and blues and blacks. The shit looks immaculate. Also, Electro, having him be the blend of different blues and greens is just mwah, beautiful. Peter manages to make Electro take himself out using water and collects the stone. With another quarter down, Mysterio becomes even stronger. I'm not finna insult y'all intelligence or waste y'all time. You can guess as more and more pieces are put together, Mysterio gets stronger for some reason. Each level, Spider-Man goes against one of his villains. So I'ma speed it up. Cue music. Spidey finds the stone and instead of just grabbing it and leaving, he takes his sweet time. Enough for Sandman to pop up. The two get to fighting and Spidey comes out the victor with the stone. Petey continues his work against Osborn by going after his right-hand man, Vulture, who in this universe killed and ate Uncle Ben. So yeah, he's a cannibal. He also has a stone on him, so Petey takes him down with vengeance. Miguel is forced to chase after Scorpion, who steals the stone. Fun fact, Scorpion is actually Crown Stone, the same guy that Miguel got expelled from school during their childhood. You know, I mentioned that earlier. Miguel learns that the only reason why Scorpion stole the stone was in hopes of being able to give it to a woman that would turn him back into human form. But Miguel hits him with the Speed Racer
Why should I let him win? I'm out
and
to win
snatches the
myself.
stone. Peter is invited onto Deadpool's show to be a contestant in hopes of winning the stone as a reward. Peter proceeds and gets the stone somewhat trapped in the middle of the ocean. Having 3/4 of the tablet, Mysterio follows Spider-Man back to Madam Web, busting in like the damn Kool-Aid man. He then holds Madam Web hostage until Spidey could get the rest of the stones, which forces the Spider-Man to do so. Spidey, yet again, finds a piece and instead of grabbing it quickly, takes his time, which results in it getting stuck to Juggernaut, who is being chased by Silver Sable, so he joins the chase. And by chase, I mean he beats the Goofy off the nigga, then proceeds to slam the nigga through a building, which was being built, dropping the entire thing on him, then having to fight him in the basement of the now ruined building. I'm starting to see why they called this nigga a menace. Hell, let this be my shit. I'm hitting his ass with the...
You need your ass whooped. That's what you need.
Or whatever.
Petey finds out where Goblin is hiding, which is an amusing part, so he goes and handles him. Miguel finds who was collecting the stones, being Serena Patel, aka 2099 Dr. Octopus. Oh, she's also voiced by Tara Strong, so bonus points. Anyway, he beats her and collects the stone. Peter, on the other hand, isn't doing so great thanks to him having to fight the undead. Turns out that S.H.I.E.L.D. was experimenting with the stone and mixed Carnage with it since it was giving off an energy reading. Basically, they said fuck it for science and things got out of hand. I'll be honest, as a kid, this level scared the shit out of me for some odd reason. Peter manages to take down Carnage and reclaim the stone. With all the stones in hand, Spidey comes up with a plan to handle Mysterio.
Now, I can't give the final tablet piece to Mysterio, but if I don't, it's lights out for Madam Web. Think, Spidey, think.
After years of pretending, of faking my way with special effects and stage magic,
To have a taste of the real thing.
I can't wait any longer. Where is he? I want that tablet!
Don't say I never gave you anything.
This nigga's plan sucked. But thanks to Mysterio starting to break reality, the four Spider-Men are able to fight Mysterio together, starting with Petey sneaking him, Peter taking on his hordes of enemies, Miguel chasing, then beating the brakes off him, and Spidey putting in the final hit. They then hit the nigga with the power of friendship and jumped the nigga.
Not a count. Something tells me you're outnumbered. Gentlemen.
I really hate this. Fight back, nigga! Fight back, nigga! Fight back! Fight back! You Fight back!
With this, the Spider-Men say they goodbye.
Own dimensions.
See you later, older and less cool versions.
Nigga, don't you die when you like 15, 16
from the
and Miles
future. To me,
pops up?
all
Shut
you
the hell
guys
up.
are ancient history.
Good to know there is a future, and men like you to carry on the good fight.
Word. Bye, guys. Next time you should hang around longer. We could start a bridge club or something. Come on, Misty. Time to drop you off at Supervillain Daycare.
Thank you, Spider-Man. You should be proud to know your legacy is being upheld across time and space.
Yeah, those guys were all right. But you have to admit,
With 4 different Spider-Men,
The one thing I know for sure,
Out of all of them,
I'm the best.
And with that, the game comes to an end. Alright, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Overall, a solid game. Not much to say. This is a gameplay focused type of game that can be seen with the different ways the 4 Spider-Man play out. Because out of the 4 characters, there's like 3 different playstyles, being stealth with noir, crowd fighting with ultimate, and regular with amazing and 2099. I'm gonna be honest, my 2 favorite has to be noir for the stealth and ultimate because I do like how he fights, and also the art style. Oh, something I didn't mention, that all of the different art styles are fantastic. I like how they're all different and they kind of fit their universe. Alright, I'm tired of talking. With that being said, the galaxy needs me. farewell,